So, my love, today we're going to talk a little bit about Saturday, or that Saturday. Your friend Jen came to visit, and I guess it had occurred to me, it was actually an idea my mom gave to me, is to read to you while you were unresponsive. And maybe that would help, just hearing familiar stories or things you liked, maybe a romance, a mystery, one of those books you liked, like Magnus Chase and all those guys. So I asked Jen to bring some books in. I asked my mom and sister to bring books in. Jen was there to visit you anyway, and I don't know. It was a hard visit. She was fine, but my sister had decided to come by, and I wasn't sure. I know how self-conscious you were about your illness and how you didn't necessarily want people to see you sick. And I was worried people didn't want you to see you in the condition you were in. So I wasn't going to have Amy come all the way in, my sister. But the nurses let her up. And it was the same time the visit with Jen was going on. And at that very moment, you started to gag a bit. And I was worried you were throwing up. So I was trying to talk to Jen, and I was holding a bucket under your mouth. And at that moment, my sister appeared in the doorway, and not just alone, but also with my nephew, who was 7 at the time. And I just felt almost panicked. She sort of was trying to come in, and you were gagging, and I felt kind of overwhelmed. And I sort of asked her to take Sam away because you weren't at your best. And I started crying in the middle of the thing, and my tears fell on your head, and it was kind of all, and you were looking up all confused, and that made me kind of laugh because you were like, "What the heck is this guy doing?" And I gave you a big hug, and Jen laughed, but it was a hard moment. I had a lot of support from people, from Mom. Some friends of mine brought some macaroni. I think that was the next day, some mac and cheese. But yeah, but this story is about you, and I want to go back to that that visit from your friend, because one of the things you had done was you had gotten a card for another friend's wedding, because you knew you wouldn't be there because it was later on. And your friend Jen was going to pick up the card while she was there visiting. And we had a couple moments where we couldn't find it. We looked in the drawer, and what amazed me is how all of a sudden you just pulled everything together. Like you were uncommunicative and sort of seemed in your own world. And all of a sudden you were like, it's right there. It was the only sentence you managed, but the fact that you loved your friend so much, and you loved what you were, it was that important to you that you were able to sort of rise into consciousness enough to point that out, really made me think of what a big heart you have. And I love you very much.